I've been asked a few times how I'm able to put overlays onto my webcam when I'm using Zoom. So things like this that will show up while I'm presenting, for instance, at a virtual conference, or putting my slides up over top of the screen without screen sharing. I'm doing it using a streaming software for Mac called Ecamm Live that I have access to through my other job here working at a church. But there is a free software program that you can use to do the same things that I do with Ecamm. So if you want to put a custom footer or something like that on your screen during a conference presentation or anything else that you're using Zoom for professionally, I just wanted to make a quick video to show you how you could do that. So all you need is something like PowerPoint to make the footer, which is what I used, and then OBS, which is a free software. And then if you're using Mac, there's one other thing that you need, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So first, I'll show you quickly how I make the footer. It's pretty simple. So if you were to just create a blank presentation in PowerPoint, I think the easiest way is if you just go into Design and Slide Size. You can create a custom slide size. Widescreen defaults to 13 1/3 by 7 1/2. If you just change the height to 1.5 inches, and then go ahead and scale stuff down, that will create this kind of short or small footer-sized slide, which you could then, add text to. So you could, hello, my name is, and then scale that up to whatever size you wanted. And then when you're done making it look how you want, you can then just export it as a picture file. And there you have it. So that gives you the file. I have one already that I made for my SBL presentation recently, which is right here. Which just has my name and my institutional affiliation and some contact info for me, and then the university's logo just for kicks. So that's the first thing you'll want to do is make that. The next thing that you'll want to do is download OBS. OBS stands for Open Broadcasting Software. It's a free program, open source program that people use for streaming games to Twitch and things to YouTube or Facebook Live or whatever. But it can be used as a virtual webcam. So I'll show you how to do that. So when you download OBS and open it up, it will look something like this. The user interface is pretty similar for Mac and PC. It's actually a little easier on PC to do this, and I'll show you why in a second. The first thing you have to do, though, is add a source. So you have down here in the bottom left corner, scenes and sources. So under source, if you push the little plus button, you can choose a video capture device, which is what I will do. I will call it iPhone, since that's what I'm using, the camera I'm using. And I'll select from devices. I'll select my iPhone and say OK. And there I am. You see I can resize myself so I fill the screen. You probably see a little bit of a delay between the audio and video. That's just because of the way I'm recording it. And then all I would need to do, let's try to find my footer here. To get that footer into my presentation is I have it on my desktop, and I would just click and drag it on top, and I'll move it to the bottom. So now OBS has my camera image, and it also has my footer right there at the bottom of the screen. So if you're using a PC, all you have to do next is click down here in the bottom left corner where I have Start Streaming, Start Recording. There's another button on the PC that says Start Virtual Camera. And that's all you would have to do. You could click that, and then OBS Virtual Camera will be visible in Zoom as a camera source. On the Mac, you have one more step because the Mac version of OBS does not have a virtual camera built in. But you can search OBS Virtual Camera Mac on Google. And there's a GitHub page for a guy named John Boyles who has created a plugin, a free plugin for OBS for Mac, which will create a virtual camera. So you would download that. I'll put the link in the description. And then you can go up to Tools and hit Start Virtual Camera. Mine will say Stop Virtual Camera because mine's already on. And that's all you would have to do. So if I then go over here to this Zoom meeting, I'll start my video. Uh-oh, that's not good. Stop. Haha. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that. Let me change video sources first. So you see here I have OBS virtual camera, so I'll turn that to my video source. So there you go. That is how you can use OBS, which is the free software, to create a footer that you can then insert into your Zoom meetings. You can also, just as a kind of bonus, let me switch back over to that screen. One of the other things I've been asked about recently is how I have been able to record Zoom classes that I'm giving, but only record my microphone and my camera, because there are privacy issues involved with recording students and making those recordings available outside of class. So you can see down in the bottom right corner, there is a start recording button. And if I were to click that, even if I were using OBS as a virtual camera, it would only record my camera and my microphone, not my students. So you could record a virtual lecture without running into those privacy issues if you recorded it through OBS. So I just wanted to record this last part through Zoom so that you would be able to see that that weird delay between the video and audio was just because of the way I was recording the rest of this video. So this is me using a Zoom meeting with the OBS virtual camera. So you can see if I click over here in OBS, I can make some changes. Like I could go to transform and flip my screen so it was mirrored, which I do kind of prefer, so that things on my right are on the same side of the screen as me. I can drag in my presentation header, which I had not done yet here. So let me pull that down. No, that's weird. There we go. So that's that. You can see it coming through. My video and audio are synced, which is helpful. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have questions, you can leave comments on the video, or since my contact info is literally right below me, you could hit me up in either of those places too. Good luck.